I want to make sure I take a moment to thank the people that helped make this video possible. I consider you producers of this channel and of this show. Without your support, these videos would not be possible. So I'd like to thank Rags, Comic Boom, Pop Size, The Frag Minion, Warren JB, Lynch Nut, David Osenwitz, sorry if I mispronounced your name, and A Penny for Your Dimes. I also want to thank the people that like to remain anonymous and anybody else that has contributed to this channel in the past. Without your support, these videos would not be possible. If you find yourself in a position you can help and you want to see your name here too as a producer credit, go ahead and look down in the links below. There will be a Patreon, a subscribe star, as well as a one-time donation, and you can see your name up here too. Thank you.
Welcome to the fantasy zone.
Hello, Frugals. This is Captain Frugal here. I'm playing the Space Harrier arcade game.
Welcome to the fantasy zone.
This game was, if I'm not mistaken, released in 1985. Wow, how the years have passed. It's 2020 now. And this was 1985. Holy cow. We're going back a long way. Now, I'm not claiming I'm great at this game. Matter of fact, it's been a long time since I played it. Wow, the days of classic arcade games like this. I am playing this right now on my Pandora's Box dual arcade stick. This is the Pandora's Box 9 version. I did a review on it. If you want to know more about it, you can just go and check that review that I have up on the channel. I go over the system, the good, the bad, some of the games that are on it. One thing you do notice here, there's a little bit too much smoothing on. I guess I can turn that off and reduce that by the optimization in the system, and I probably should have done. That's one thing I didn't care about a whole lot. So anyway, this is Space Harrier. Look at that, I just went down hard. You're probably going to see that a lot because I have not practiced this game or played it in a long time. It's been years, and I didn't practice it before I did this video like some people do. You know, they practice up so they go on and do a really good showing. This is just like me going to an arcade machine after years saying, hey, here's Space Harrier, and popping in quarters. And you see what I already do, die twice. Maybe I should do a tally of this, is how many times I die. That's 3 times now. I've been down 3 times already. Let's see, there's 4. I am on a roll. That's 4 times. So there's been $1 gone already if it was a coin per each, which it probably is. If I miss on my count, there by the way is 5, let me know. So this was a Sega game. This is considered a third-person rail shooter developed by Sega Enterprises and released in December 1985. It was originally conceived as a realistic military-themed game, played in third-person perspective and featuring a player-controlled fighter jet. But they switched it up. I'm glad they did. This ended up being quite the classic, if you look at it here. Now, part of this was due to technical and memory restrictions, and I'm getting this information from Wikipedia, so if you ever want to double check back on that, that's where it came from, so take it as it will. So anyway, it was resulted with the technical restrictions. Sega developer Yu Suzuki redesigned this around a jet-propelled human character in a fantasy setting. Instead, as you see here, just look at that. The analog fight stick is which I am also using. Oh, there's 6, by the way. You use an analog fight stick at the arcades, and I'm using analog fight stick too, and that's the way I like my arcade games. Just like it with the fight stick, absolutely. And I do have another one coming, by the way. Well, anyway, and so you're using this analog fight stick and a cockpit-style cabinet that tilted and rolled during play. That was the big one. It was advertised by Sega, big time, as a body sensation arcade game. But not all ports and not all arcade machines were like that. This is 7 deaths, by the way. Not all arcade machines were that way. There were some cheaper ones too that didn't have those features. So anyway, this game was critically praised for its innovative graphics and gameplay. And I mean, look at it right now. For this time in 1985, this was pretty awesome. Look at the 3D effects. The shadow behind, or below, I mean, your character, as well as the things that are coming at you, their shadows too, and the size and how it changes to give the 3D effect. This was really quite cool. There we go. Come on, watch out for those giant mushrooms. Look at all that. I'm styling and profiling here. Come on, come on, come on. I am rocking and rolling. This game also has bosses and things too. It's a really cool game. Let's see, I wonder how much money it would cost me to beat this game if I just sat down. Oh, there's 8. That'd been $2 already in quarters. So I'm not on a great roll, and it's only going to get worse as the game gets harder. Oh, that's 9 quarters down. Get ready. I've been ready. I'm ready to die, evidently. Let's see, I've been playing this game for 4 minutes, and I've already pumped in over $2 if this was at the arcade. So that tells you these games were absolutely created to munch quarters. They didn't hide it. They know it. They know that's the whole intent. Oh, there's another one down. That's 11 quarters, by the way. How many quarters will I spend playing this game? They keep telling me to get ready. It's sort of like a smack in the face. Get ready because you're dying. Evidently, you're not. You're not, right? Now, here's a boss. I'm going to take him out. Watch out for his fire. Just zoom around. There's the trick of that. Just plug him out that way. But yeah, it's been forever since I played this game. Oh, that's 12. $3 pumped into this game if I was playing it at the arcade already. Now, just so you know, too, the Space Harrier, as I said, was a very popular game. Did a lot of innovation in gameplay. It's often ranked among Suzuki's best works as well. So that's great. It's made several crossover appearances as well in other Sega titles. While Platinum Games director Hideki Kamiya cited it as an inspiration for his entering the video game industry. So think about how cool that is, that you inspired somebody to enter the industry and do something. I think that has a lot to it. We're seeing that in the comic book industry too, with indie comics a lot right now, which is really cool. I really like that. People are inspiring others to say, hey, you know, you don't have to be with one of the big publishers. You can actually do it on your own. All right, here's the bonus stage. I don't even remember what do I do on the bonus stage? Crap, what? Okay, I guess I just fly around and hit stuff. Yeah, that's right. You fly around and hit stuff on the bonus stage here. Listen to the music of this game, too, for a minute. That's just good fun. It's just all around done good. The graphics for the time were great. The music was enticing. I like that. You're doing great. It pumps you up. That way, hey, if you go down, you're still doing great. Put another quarter in. You're not getting decimated. Put your money in this machine. Let's see. Should I take a bet? How many dollars would I have put in, fictional dollars, if I was pumping quarters in this machine? How many would I have put in? Well, there's 13 quarters, by the way. So I'm already at over $3. I'm gonna say I'm gonna put in $15 by the time I'm done. That's 14 quarters. So we'll see. Will this game cost me $15 if I was at the arcade pumping in quarters? We'll see. I'm very curious to see what this actually ends up being. We're already at over $3. We're at $3.50. Oh, there goes again. $3.75. Come on, come on. Okay, here comes boss time. It's all quiet because it's getting freaking serious. And I get smoked right off the bat. I'm at $4 now. So I still have $11 to make my guess. Oh, shoot. There's 17 quarters. I'm going downhill fast. Wow. Come on. I do find, if I recall, that was the trick to a lot of the bosses on this, was to fly more in a circle and not worry as much about hitting them as just dodging things. Look at those explosions. How cool is that? I like it. Anyway, Space Harrier has been ported to over 20 different home computer and gaming platforms. This thing has been all over, either by Sega or outside developers, such as Dempen in Japan, as well as Elite Systems in North America and Europe. 2 home sequels also followed. Oh, there's another quarter. I'm up to 18 quarters now. So anyway, 2 other home sequels followed, Space Harrier 3D and Space Harrier 2, and I have played neither one of those. And they both released in 1988. If you played those, let me know in the comments. How is Space Harrier 3D and Space Harrier 2? Should I look out for them and try to get it? I definitely have the ability to do that. as I said, I'm playing this on a Pandora's box. Oh, there's a 19 deaths so far, 19 quarters. I'm playing this on the Pandora's box arcade. Oh, 20. Oh boy, not a good start there. So I'm playing it on the Pandora's box arcade stick. Holy crap, I can't even barely say that. I'm up 21 quarters now. I'm really botching it here. 21 quarters. So arcade stick, and that, as I said before, that's the way I think these should be played. That make fun. But I actually got another Pandora's box type of machine coming, and the difference with this one is that it has more games. This one has 1,500 games. The one I ordered has, I think they estimate around 3,000. I wonder how many of those would be doubles, but the cool thing about that is Wi-Fi enabled. It has Wi-Fi where you can just select and download games that are out there, and I think that's a really cool thing. Now, yes, I'm not a big guy into pirating games, and I do like to try to stick to ones I actually have, but this is a great way to play them, and some of these otherwise you just can't get. And I think also another thing that we have to deal with today is video game preservation. We need to have these backed up somewhere. So I do have a hard drive, a couple hard drives filled with a bunch of games. And I like to back up my disc games too. My computer disc games, my CD-based games, and things like that. My Dreamcast games I've all backed up because discs too. For a long time they said, oh, these discs will outlast us. And they found it's not true. Oh, there I went and died again. If you hold a, by the way, it's 22 deaths. If you hold up your CDs and DVDs up to a light or a window, you might see little lights coming through there. That means it's degrading. 23 coins, by the way, and it's died. The disc is, those parts, those areas are dead. And darn, there goes again. I'm up 24 quarters. So those, anyway, on that disc, those areas are dead. So that means, you know, they are degrading. So we have to make sure we have that backed up and other means. So these Chinese systems, I do realize they're not the best legit thing. They're selling ROMs and things that they don't own the licenses to, but mainly I really like it for the hardware. Well, there's 25 coins. 25 quarters has been spent, so I'm not off to the best start, because if you figure it, 25 quarters, oh, make that 26. Shoot, I can't even keep up. 26 quarters now. 27. Oh shoot. 27. Let's do this in my head. Times 0.25 for a quarter would be $6.75 so far that I've pumped in this machine. I said my goal is to beat this at under $15, and this is playing cold. No practice, no anything. I'm up to 28 quarters now. No practice whatsoever. Just walked up to the machine in the arcade and plugged in those quarters. Woo! Getting heated here. Oh crap, I hit a fungi, because that was not a fungi. It's 29 quarters now. These mushrooms are going to be the death of me. Smoke those mushrooms, people. Smoke them. Look at those. Yes, awesome. Anyway, as I mentioned before too, if you played Space Harrier 3D or Space Harrier 2, that's 30 coins by the way, 30 quarters, let me know in the comments. I'd like to know it. Also, there is an arcade spin-off, Planet Harriers in 2000. Never played that. A Polygon-based remake of the original game was released by Sega for the PlayStation 2 as part of the Sega Ages series in 2003, also which I have not played. I am now up to 31 quarters. What is your pick? How many quarters is it going to take me to beat this game? Come on, and be honest, let me know before you actually watch the video. There's 32. I'm going down and going down hard. Another thing, if you notice too, the brightly colored landscapes and everything really make this game pop, and that's 33 quarters by it. It really does. This is set in a surreal world composed of brightly colored landscapes, and notice the checkerboard style on the ground that really gives the feel that you're moving forward and you're having that 3D space. I love it. And the welcome when you start the machine. Another big thing too is, as I mentioned just a little bit before, is that get ready. It just pumps you up to get you going, and especially that you're doing great. And it's working for me anyway. It makes you want to keep playing the game. It's like, hey, don't give up. You lost a life. You put in a quarter. Now you're at 34 quarters. But it's okay. Get ready. You can do this. You're doing great. Excellent marketing and strategy psychologically to keep you pumping in those quarters. I'm at 35 quarters now. Oh, come on. Oh, Uh-oh, I'm stinking it up. 36 quarters now. Man, I gotta start paying more attention. I'm trying to talk at the same time, and I'm just getting smoked. I have 37 quarters. Watch out for those. Man, those statues. Where are they? A rock or statue? What is it I'm shooting at? Oh, a robot there just smoked my rear, so now I'm at 38. 38 quarters. I am getting whooped. Phew. That was intense. I'm up to $9.50 if I was pumping quarters in at the arcade right now. I've been broke a long time ago. I'd have to practice and get good. Maybe one of the games I should do a video on, or maybe even live stream, is the game Vigilante. I have a story behind the game of Vigilante at the arcade, and I think I'd like to share that. I'm not going to share it all here right now because I think I should do that video, and then we can talk about that then. That's 39 quarters, by the way, that I've plugged into this thing. And if I recall, this game has a boss rush at the end.
You're doing great.
Alright, bonus stage. Whew. What do I do on this one? Same thing? Grab and hit a bunch of stuff? Yep. Okay, it is. Alright, anyway. So, a lot of great things about this thing. You're using an underarm jet-propelled laser cannon that enables our Harrier to simultaneously fly and shoot, making him a really cool superhero type of guy. The objective, simply in this game, is to destroy any enemies that are in your path, who range from prehistoric animals to Chinese dragons to flying robots, airborne geometric objects, and alien pods, all remaining in constant motion in order to dodge projectiles and immovable ground obstacles, which tend to make me splatter into frequently. And I just went to 40 quarters. 40 quarters! Or tokens, if you're in that day where you were using the tokens. Man. Anyway, you're going through different obstacles and all these types of bright color worlds. It's just great. 15 of the game's 18 stages contain a boss, if I recall. I have my notes up here because I did write some notes and I just went to 41. Yep. Okay, I remembered that right. Think about that. There's 18 stages that contain a boss. I mean, 15 stages contain a boss, 18 stages to suck your quarters away, and if I recall, a boss rush. 42 coins, by the way, I'm at now. Whew. And so you can see what stage I'm at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, and I just died again.
Get ready.
I'm up to 43 quarters, people. 43. I'd be losing my home over this game at this rate. 44 quarters.
Get ready.
Woo! I am not doing well. Let's see, 44 times 0.25 would be $11. I'd be $11 in, and I said 15. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna make it, especially with the boss rush. I'm probably gonna be over $15 pumped into this game. Let's take out those space jets. Come on. I gotta focus a little bit more here. When I'm looking at my notes like that, I just get smoked. It's hard to look at your notes for commentary when I'm playing a game like this. It's a very fast-paced game that if you take your eyes off the screen, you get smoked. So bear with me in mind. I'm at the 46 quarters now. I am using notes and trying to look at the screen at the same time. Oh, dang. That's 47. Anyway, when this game was proposed to be made, dang, 48, by the way. When it was conceived, they wrote a 100-page document proposing this idea for a three-dimensional shooter, and the word Harrier in the title. How cool is that? Oh, man. Oh, 49 quarters. I'm at 14 stages. Shoo! I got a few more to go. Oh, man, I am up to the number 50, people. I have failed 50 times. You are failing! Hey, before you judge me too hard, remember, once again, no practice. I'm going at this cold, and I'm talking at the same time as I died for the 51st time. Oh, 52.
Get ready.
I probably should shut up and get ready. Come on. There we go. There we are. See, I do a lot better when I focus my attention better. Think about it, you're flying around causing all this destruction. You got this peaceful music in the background. Listen to this. If you could hear it through all my rocket shooting there. Oh, 53.
Get ready.
Up to 53. The game's soundtrack was 54 coins now. Shoot. The game soundtrack was by Hiroshi Kawagachi, which I'm probably butchering as well, who composed drafts on a Yamaha DX7 synthesizer and wrote out the final version as sheet music, as he had no access to a real music sequencer at the time. How cool is that little bit of information? Space Harrier was one of the first arcade releases also to use 16-bit graphics and scaled sprite work, which they called the Super Scaler technology. Alright, I'm at stage 16 out of 18. This allowed the pseudo 3D sprite scaling that we see here at high frame rates, and you're going to see issues with that high frame rate on some of the ports of Space Harrier. Some of the ports were just on machines that really couldn't handle it, and the frame rate would be absolutely atrocious. Here I go. Haha, dodged that one. Come on. Shoot! Ah! Dang, I thought I could avoid that one. Making myself look bad. I'm up to 55 quarters. I gotta stay focused. Second I say that, I get smoked again. 56 quarters, people. 50. Man, think of how many of that would be in your pocket now as I go to 57 quarters. I need to get ready because I just threw out a ton of money there. Oh, 58.
Get ready.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Clearly I'm not ready. As I'm up to $14.50. I think it's safe to say I am not going to make the $15 goal. That makes it 59 coins. I'm one death away to meeting my max. Come on. Can I do it within 60? Nikes. This thing is crazy.
You're doing great.
There it is, that pumped me up. So I pumped in 59. Oh, 60 quarters. That's, oh man. 61. Oh, I blew it. I am over, let's see here, I should be over at 61 at, like, yeah, that would be a quarter over. Oh, another one, 62. So 62 in my head times 0.25 or divided by 4 gives me a 1550. Yep, I blew it. Okay, I'm not 1575. That's 63. Oh, 64. Nintendo 64. I'm $16 into this game, sitting at the arcade trying to beat it at this point. That would be 65. Now I'm at 1625. Holy crap. Oh, 66 coins, which puts me at 1650. Am I going to make it under $18? I don't know. 67. I am sucking. 1675 at this point. Oh! Second I say that, I get blitzed again. I'm at 68 coins now at $17. Here we go. This is the boss. Can I beat this game at $17? I think this is the final boss. Am I right? No? Shoot. Shows what I remember is I'm at 69 quarters. And they tell me I'm doing great as I've spent $16.25 if I was at the arcade. Okay, that's right. This is the boss rush. What was I thinking? That's right. Boss rush time. I could do this. I could do this. So anyway, this game was released. Oh, crap. I can't even talk. See, that's the problem. I am making it harder for myself as I'm not 1750. This was ported to a lot of different machines. It was on the Master System. Oh, crap. 71 quarters down. I'm at 1775. I don't think I'm going to make it within $18 even. oh, crap. Here we go again. 72. I'm at $18 now. Wow. I don't know, guys. I think it's going to be like... Well, I guess the new goal's under 20. By that time, I could have bought the dang game. 73 coins. I'm at 1825. I could have bought the darn game at this price as I was pumping in quarters. 74. So good thing I'm not really pumping in quarters. I'm at 1850. I will beat you, dragon. You can fly all you want. You will meet my hyper cannon. Phew! Come on. I think this was also released for the 32X. Oh, there we go. Oh, come on. 75. 75. That would be 1876.
Jet ready.
Wow. Okay, here we go. It's getting serious now. I'm at $19, by the way. If this was the case. 76 coins. 76 quarters. Come on, let's focus. Yes! Another one down. Come on, come on. No hits. No he blows it. 77. 1925 now. Come on, I beat this in under $20. Valda. Gotta get serious here. You notice the talking goes down a little bit. The tone's gonna go down. We're gonna get serious now. Come on. Also, this game was on TurboGrafx 16 in the Famicom. If you played this game on a port of it, what did you play it on and what did you think of that port? I'm curious to see what you played this on. As well as, have you ever beaten it? If this was at the arcade, just for the record, I would not have beaten it. Congratulations! You win! I did it under $20. I did it with 77 quarters for a total of $19.25, I believe is what it would be. Let's do the math in my head here. Let's see. 77 times 0.25 would be, yeah, $19.25. There's the end. Whew. I did it. I beat Space Harrier. I can't say it's anything to brag about with how I played. And if you have it in your collection and you haven't played it in a while, I recommend pick it up. Give it a shot. I think you're going to be glad you did. It's a lot of fun, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. Well, thank you for watching this video. Once again, if you stuck through it, please be sure to hit like, subscribe, hit that notifications bell, and don't forget to leave a comment. Whatever it may be, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, keep it frugal.